Hardened Scales decks in Pioneer could use some help. And who is better to help other than the person who birthed Hardened Scales into the modern metagame? Me. Hashtag humble, but also hashtag true. Now here's the problem with the current Hardened Scales deck in Pioneer. Steel Overseer is nothing short of great because we are an artifact deck. Winding Constrictor, on the other hand, is neither an artifact nor is it great. The fact that Constrictor is not an artifact triggers my OCD very, very much. Putting Constrictor in an artifact deck is exactly like putting a hamster in your butt. You can certainly do it, but more often than not, it just doesn't belong there. Now, an arguably even greater problem with the deck, this version has 0 instant speed sack abilities. Instant speed sacrifice is what makes Hardened Scales good in modern, and without it, it's like, what's the point? Because without it, why even have Hangarback Walker? But fear not, my children. Daddy is here to save the day with my brew here. Most importantly, we have Witch's Oven, which allows us to sacrifice our creatures at instant speed. When we do, we get an artifact food token. And if our creature is thick, we instead get 2 food tokens. But how exactly do we benefit from these artifact tokens? The first payoff card is Karn, who can start out a creature token that gets +1/+1 for each artifact we control. Since our food tokens are artifacts, the creature token will be buffed by them. But an even sexier payoff card is Rampage of the Clans. It says destroy all artifacts and enchantments. For each permanent destroyed this way, its controller gets a 3/3 token. With Witch's Oven, that is a lot of 3/3 tokens for us, and the fact that it is instant speed is pretty good. As for the rest of the deck, we have Metallic Mimic, which enables some cool tricks. It boosts the creature type of our choice, so we could name Thopter, or we could name Construct, in which case we play Walker and Ballista for 0. And we could even name Servo. Comboed with Mimic, Module will make a Servo token for every mana that we have available. It's pretty gangster. Lastly, we have Sparring Construct. We can sack it and put a counter on stuff, and then we have some pretty cool colorless lands, with Inventors Fair being the coolest because we can gain a life every turn. But now on the sideboard, we have Life Gain, Targeting Protection, Graveyard Hate, Artifact Hate, and Activated Ability Hate. And now it's time for the gameplay. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more Pioneer content, but without further ado, here's gameplay, and I hope you enjoy. Opening hand, if we can make it into late game, then we're good, but 2 Karns? Yeah, I think it could be good. Start with the Oven. Uh-oh, we're up against a red deck. Okay, we'll play the Walker, and try and survive. Lightning Strike on us, and we'll take the 2. And ooh, that's a good pull, because Life Gain is always good. Back to our opponent. Ooh, Goblin Rabble Master. They'll get a Goblin every turn, but on the bright side, we'll block, make a counter, and kill the token. And now guess what time it is? Time for, ooh, Hardened Scales. Wait, does that change things? Could make the Hangarback a 4/4, but like Karn. Karn pretty good. And buffing Ballista next turn could be good as well, but Karn is Karn. And now we get a thick boy. Back to our opponent. Oh, opponent Lightning Strikes the Construct? What? Oh, right, the counters, I see. But that is fine. We'll chump and kill this hoe. Sack the Construct, and they pass back. I'd say we're doing pretty well, especially now with Mimic. We'll first play the Scales, and then the Mimic naming Thopters, and then make another token. And things are looking most good now. Oh, no fun. Our opponent conceded. It's like they didn't want to see our 3/3 flyers come out, but fingers crossed they'll see them in game 2. Go to game 2. We're gonna dump this stuff for this stuff, and with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand, not that impressive, even though Rampage would be nice. But I was hoping for either Oven or Sanctuary, so we'll mull. And oh, this is good, except for no lands, mull. Okay, we'll keep this. They start with Soulscar Mage, Rampage, and we'll start with Witch's Oven. Oh, they abrade it. Fine. Ooh, a Walker. That makes things interessante. Might as well play the Walker and pass back. What is these? Burning Tree Emissary and a Smuggler's Copter. We take 2, and we hit a land nice. Play the Construct and the other Construct, and to be extra safe, we'll put a counter on now. Back to our opponent. They crew the Copter and a Burning Tree and a Reckless Bushwhacker. Oh boy. They be spanking us hard. Okay, block here and chump here. Counters go on the Walker, and come on. Land, yeah, we'll take it. The Rampage is a bit risky though. They get a token, we'd get a token. Although we would have 4 flyers. They play Monastery, and they crew the Copter. But ooh, they only attack with the Copter, dang. That tricky. In that case, we'll take it, even though, we're really pushing things here. Put a counter on. Oh, we hit a Forest, and then send it back. Let's see how much they attack with. Just the Copter. We gotta make our move. A Rampage. We each get a token, but we get some extra ones. Oh, Hazaret. Come on, another Rampage, please. No, that's not Rampage. Unfortunately, we gotta play defensively here. We might as well activate the Fair, grabbing an Oven, and then pass back to them. But what shall they do? Oh, they're going with everything. So we're gonna lose some stuff here. It's a bit risky, but blocks like this, and then sack, putting us at 4, and then back to us again. No, this isn't Rampage. Shoot, alright. We have to stay on the defense. Opponent plays Copter, and then swings with everyone. Interesting. Turn Mutavault in the creature, and then blocks like this. Sacking here, and then might as well eat a food. But we'll keep one to go to 7. Meh. Construct. Play it and pass back. This copter though. We'll let the copter through and jump here, making food, buffing this to 4. We go to 4, now 7, now 8, and ooh, that's muy grande. Might as well sneak 4 damage in and see how they play this. They go with a copter again, and they discard to deal 2. They swing, we chomp. Now let's make 2 food tokens, and then Rampage. What is these? Oh, let's take out our Thopter. Okay, 1 less token. So 4 tokens for us, and oh, Ballista. Very risky move here, but since we can't keep this up for much longer, let's swing in with everything. Even though next turn we have a high chance of losing. They trade good. And then we'll play Ballista and plan on chumping. They can already deal 4 here, 2 here. Oh no! Alright, we're not dead just yet, but they can slam us for 5, will they? I don't think they can actually, because we'll deal 9 back at them. Oh, this good, yes, yes. Do you feel the nipples tingly? Oh, and they concede. But why? I'm not even sure we had it there though. Look, like, oh wait, no, we definitely did. But if I were them, I would have waited a turn. But dang, the power of Rampage. But I gotta say, what a great start to our spanking marathon. And what a great time to mention that I've made more deck boxes. And in the spirit of mono green, the deck boxes are also green. They are available at decknut.com, but now it's back to the gameplay. Opening hand a little late game heavy, but we'll give it a shot. Start with the oven and pass back. Oh, Spectral Sailor, so it's probably spirits. And a copter. Back on our turn. Let's play the module. And back to our opponent. They crew the copter, putting us at 16. Now 17 thanks to the fair. And nice, Hardened Scales. So we shall play the scales. Or not, okay. And send it back to our opponent. They hit us for 3. And back on our turn, unfortunately, no 4th land. So we'll play another construct and pass back. They draw a card, play another sailor, and crew the copter. We take 4 down to 11, but then we go back to 12. And now they might have another spell queller, but we'll try and play the Karn. Yeah, that is unfortunate. So it is back to our opponent. Now they're really going in, putting us all the way down to 4. And to speed things up here for the Rampage, let us sack. And with that counter, we'll pay 1, make a servo. At this point, I don't see us turning things around, even though we could gain some life, but I would rather them not know what we are going into game 2. So we'll concede here and go into game 2, dumping this for this. And with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand, I think this is acceptable. So we'll keep. Start with the construct and pass back. And it's already back to our turn. Play an oven, swing for 1, and it's back to our opponent. Once again, they play the copter, and we draw Mimic. Play the Mimic, swing in for 1, and back to our opponent. They play Cutthroat, but it's not even a spirit. They put us down to 17. And nice, a Walker. We shall play the Walker, swing in for 3, and it's back to our opponent. They hit us for 3 once again. What is these? Oh, they try to kill our Mimic, huh? We'll get an artifact clue token from that, so yeah, sure. And nice, back on our turn. We shall swing for 1. They block, sure, because now we'll do this. Put a counter there, and send it back. And oh, Declaration in Stone. I think it's time to Rampage. Play the Rampage. Will they try and counter? No, they do not. Hooray! Good luck turning things around now. Mutavault and swinging with everyone. What is these? Oh, another Cutthroat. Blocks like that? Sure. They go to 5 and back to them. Oh, but there is a concede. Okay. Now that they know what we are, it will be an interesting game 3. Opening hand is muy grande. We'll keep. Definitely start with the scales. They have 2 lands open. Probably could just get away with Overseer here. Yeah, and see if they want to exile it. They flash in the Cutthroat. Oh, but they shock and pass back. Suspicious. Let's try and bait them. Animation module. They let it hit. Well, I'm certainly not going to walk into the spell queller, so we'll just pass back. Oh, they played it anyway. In response, we'll tap Overseer and make a servo. They hit us for 5, and oh, that's not good. Oh, we're going to lose the Overseer. Okay. But back on our turn, we'll play Ballista and make a servo. Back to our opponent. Opponent swings for 2. We'll take it. And it's Inventors Fair getting some work in. And oh, there's our 4th land. Well, that makes things interessante. We could try and play the Karn, but the fact that they cast Spell Queller without hitting anything makes me think they have a second one in hand. So instead we'll play the Walker. Hey, what do you know, a Spell Queller? But then we'll play another Walker, and then we pass back. Well, what is these? They swing in with the Cutthroat? Okay. Blocks like that then, giving us 2 Thopters. And Steel Overseer. That is certainly thought-provoking. Do we want to go with the Karn or the Overseer and Construct? It's a little risky either way, but Overseer has a lot more potential here. We'll try playing the Construct first. A Flashing Cutthroat and a Spell Queller. Wow. Wowie. Our life's getting a bit low, but let's play the Overseer and pass it back to them. Oh, but they're coming in. All right, we'll have to do this. We'll risk it, chump here, go all the way down to 2, and ooh, Mutavault. We go back to 3, and now play the big Karn. Make the token. It is a 7/7, but now pass back to them. It will certainly be a close one. Will they try and make a move here? No, and they just concede. Wow. Yeah, the big thing here is that we would have pumped the Ballista all the way up to 4. We could have pinged one out of the air. Both of these stoppers would have been 3/3s, and with the module out, we would have gotten a massive amount of servos. So hooray for winning, and now it's on to the next match. Opening hand, nothing too crazy. Well, we could name Construct and then play these after, so we'll keep. And it's Blue-Red Phoenix. I'm calling it. Start off with Construct. And yeah, what did I say? It has to be Blue-Red Phoenix. Okay. Play the Mimic. Swing for 1. And it's back to opponent. What is these? Izzet Charm. They draw 2, discard 2. Fiery Temper. Phoenix has to be our worst matchup because Thing in the Ice flipping, that could bounce all of our tokens to hand, and that's not good. Ooh, nice. Hardened Scales. Play Scales. Construct. Hit them for 1. And pass it back to them. Come on, no Thing in the Ice. They haggle. Discarding Phoenix. Okay. Flame Splashes directly. Are they gonna get a second Phoenix in graveyard? No, they don't even get the first one back. Dang, blows for them. In that case, we'll play a module. Swing in for 3. And they take it. What is this witchcraft? Alright, we'll play Mimic. Naming Servo for this. And if we can make it to a 4th land, then we'll certainly Rampage. And oh, they Wild Slash. Okay. And what is these? They Hardcast Merchant. Wow. Okay. No, Karn. Didn't want to see that. I'm tempted to just hold back for the Rampage, but I think we gotta swing here. Because if they block, we'll put a counter, then put another counter on top of that. So we're looking at +4 counters if they block. Oh, they're thinking about it. And they choose no blocks. Alright. I don't blame them. And it's back to them. Can they pull something off here? And oh, they draw 3 cards. And they opt. And they have 2 Phoenix in graveyard. Very interesting. And oh geez, they Lightning Axe their own dude because they don't want to kill any of these guys. Alright, so we take 6. And back on our turn, yeah, there's a land. And now we must decide here. Do we play Karn or do we play Rampage? Both are pretty good. And now's really the time to Rampage because it can't counter with Izzet Charm. First, let's swing in. They take the 3. Now, normally I just play Karn as a safer option, but people probably want to see the Rampage in action, so we'll fire it and appreciate its grandiness. And then put the counters on. Hooray. So that is 18 damage for next turn, unless they can flip a Thing in the Ice, which I doubt they can do. Chart of course. They discard a land. Thing in the Ice, but only 2 cards in hand. Yeah, they really in trouble here. Let's put the pressure on them. Swing in with the Mutavault and all them Centaurs. They block like this. Oh, they go to 1. We'll play the animation module. And how, with 1 card now going to 2 cards in hand, how do they stop this? They opt. They chart a course. They haggle. Oh, they have 3 Phoenix in graveyard. They treasure cruise. Chart a course. Oh my gosh. All right, well, we're taking 3 from Fiery Temper and then 9 from the 3 Phoenix. I don't believe it. Okay. Just not gonna say anything. Except it's on to game 2. I'm going into game 2 and dump the modules for this stuff, and with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand will certainly keep this, starting with the Scales, and they play Steam Vents tapped. Alright, Mutavault. And Ballista's kinda risky, but oh well. And it's back to opponent. And shit, Thing in the Ice. But hooray, Hardened Scales. Might as well swing in. Obviously, they don't block. And then play Scales, and Witch's Oven. So if Ballista can miraculously survive until next turn, we looking very nice. But if it dies here, we not looking nice. Opponent plays a second Thing in the Ice. No! Okay. Make food. But I think we lost. Phoenix decks bullied us in Modern, and now they bully us in Pioneer. Opponent opts, and then plays Chart of course, and then passes back. We're kind of screwed no matter what we do here. I suppose up Karn. Hangarback or Shaper's Sanctuary. That's pretty interesting. They give us a Sanctuary. We'll play it, then play the Construct. Swing for 4, and it's back to them. They're definitely gonna flip here. They opt.
A few moments later.
And after a gazillion years, they finally have us. I suppose every deck has a worse matchup, and Phoenix is certainly ours. Yeah. Well, I think we have a pretty good idea of how this deck works. A lot of our games were really close, and I could see this deck going 5-0 just as much as it goes 0-5. It's just one of those decks that depends on playing the right cards at the right time. And overall, I was very happy with how the deck performed. But that is all for now. Thank you to everyone who's able to pick up a deck box, and as always, I hope everyone has a great day.